The area of triangle XYZ is 40 cm square. Find the area of rectangle XPYQ. So this is the figure, and this is the rectangle XPYQ, and we have a triangle XYZ. Okay, so the problem is very vague. They have just given us the area of this triangle, the shaded part, and that is 40 cm square. Using this data, we have to find the area of this whole rectangle. Now, how do we do that? Usually, if this whole region is shaded, then we can just multiply it by 2, because 2 triangles will make it the whole rectangle. But that's not the case here, because notice that the triangle does not cover up all of this. It only covers up this much. So can we find the area of this? We can find this area and this area, but that's only possible if the length and the breadth are given. But in this case, nothing is given about the rectangle. We just have one information, that is the area of this triangle. Okay, let's first look at the fundamentals of the area of triangle. If this is a triangle and this is the base, and this is the height and this is the base, then the area will be equal to half into base into height. This is something that everyone's familiar with. But what if this is the triangle? Then what is the height and what is the base? Do we take this as the height, or do we take this as the height? Actually, we take this as the height. Height is this. It's the perpendicular from the base until the tip. So it will be half into height. And what is the base? Will it be this whole thing or just this? Base will be this. So in this case, we take this as the height, XQ as the height, and base won't be YQ, but it will be just YZ, because that's the formula of a triangle. We only take this part, we don't take this whole region. Let me make this figure a little more clearer. This is a triangle. This will be taken as the height, and the base will be this part. So the same applies to this case. So let's just write it down. 40 cm square is equal to half into this region, base, into height. Now this is all the clue that we have, and we know that this is equal to 40. How do we proceed from here? If you look at the question, it states that this part and this part are equal, because we can see this little line, and the note states that these two lines symbolizes equality. So ZQ is equal to ZY. So these two parts are actually equal. But this information does not help us any further as to find out the area of the rectangle. So how do we find it out? Area of rectangle can be given as length into breadth. Looking at this figure, what will be the length? Length will be this. We can take any of the sides as length. This can be the length. What is length equal to? It's equal to the height of the triangle. So length is actually equal to height. Height of the triangle is equal to the length. Let's look at the breadth. What is the breadth? Breadth is this whole region. If we compare it with the base of the triangle, we can see that the base is equal to half of the breadth. Is that correct? Because we know that ZQ is equal to ZY due to the equality symbol. So the base will be exactly half of the breadth. So in this case, we can also write it as breadth is equal to 2 into base. So in this case, we have 2 into base. This is the area of the rectangle and this is the area of the triangle. Now we can compare both of this. Let's have a relation between rectangle and triangle. Rectangle will be equal to this thing, height into 2 into base, and triangle will be equal to this, half into base into height. Is that right? So this will give us height and height will get cancelled, base and base will get cancelled. We have 2 divided by 1 by 2 and this gives us 4. So if we erase all of this, we have rectangle by triangle is equal to 4. So rectangle is essentially 4 times the area of the triangle. And what is the area of the triangle? 40. So we have 160 cm square. Now notice that we have been given very little data, but just by looking at the relation between the parameters of the triangle, that is the base and the height, and the parameters of the rectangle, the length and the breadth, we have found out a relation between the two of them, giving us the answer. Thank you.